You're listening to the Betoota Advocate's weekly news wrap on Desert Rock FM 96.5. Welcome back to Betoota Advocate Weekly News Bulletin. There's been a lot going on in the news this week. There often is, but this week in particular has been pretty, I guess you'd say, chaotic. You know, the Parliament House culture of rape and sexual assault, alleged, of course, is back in the news again. Of course, the bungled vaccine rollout's in the news again. Yep. Morrison keeps telling everyone to calm down, but he's starting to sound a little bit like a boss who's promised the office a new printer's coming, and it's been 3 or 4 months now, and no one's really seen a printer except for some of those people in the back office that you never hear or speak of. 70 aged care homes, as of 2 nights ago, still hadn't received one vaccination. And, of course, we've got the Melbourne outbreak on top of this, which probably could have been avoidable if we had our vaccinations. But, of course, the contact tracing in Victoria leaves a lot to be desired, and really they can't complain at this point. 17 outbreaks. Get it together, Dan. What the fuck's going on down there?
Well, Dan, he did do his ass on the piss down there in Mornington Peninsula. He's in the iron lung. He's in the motorised chair. But yeah, look, I think that the government was basically forced to, reintroduce the virus into the public, just to get people...
Okay, well, we probably shouldn't be... shouldn't be broadcasting blatant conspiracies.
No, well, that's... Early start with the scepticism here.
It's essentially why we've got the virus in the community again, because the government wanted people to go out and get vaccinated,
Errol, woo up, boy, woo up. How are you all today, Errol?
Errol's good. I'm good too, Clancy.
How are you going, Wendell?
Yeah, very well. After all those things you just said, very thankful to be a regional Queenslander up here in the Channel Country. Came off the dirt bike out at a mate's place the other day, so feeling a bit sore. But yeah, thankful that I'm not down in Melbourne. So we'll head out to the French Quarter and make the most of it. And we should get into the news wrap, shouldn't we?
Yep.
Yeah, get right into it. We are going to start off with some good news, some great news. Our work here is done, says Australia, as troops leave Afghanistan with no roads or libraries.
Time to pat ourselves on the back, because it seems like Australia's longest war is over. A week after withdrawing our remaining 80 troops, the Prime Minister has closed our embassy in the capital, Kabul, citing safety concerns, and it's a great sign that all of this hard work has finally paid off.
Yes, a job well done. 25,000 Australians have served in Afghanistan over the years, costing our country billions of dollars that definitely wouldn't have been better spent on, public housing for all those homeless veterans who served in the other wars that we definitely didn't need to be in before this one. So time to toast another victory. They used to say Bronwyn Bishop got in a bit of strife for a Liberal Party-funded helicopter ride, and it's good to know all our young men and women in uniform will no longer have to take those Liberal Party-funded helicopter rides of their own to the Middle East, which doesn't seem to be in any better state than it was when we arrived.
Yes, a few decades after the CIA bankrolled and set up the Taliban, they are indeed defeated. Back on home soil now, and the Queensland energy grid has been crippled this week by an unreliable coal power plant.
Yes, hundreds of thousands of homes in our state were plunged into darkness earlier this week after an explosion at the Callide power plant up near Billy Wheeler. This comes after years of state and federal governments telling people that coal-fired power plants, despite their effect on the environment, are reliable sources for the energy grid.
Just when I thought you two bastards were completely ScoMo-pilled. Here you go. You're taking on green energy. Well, plenty of people around Queensland are now asking whether we should start thinking about trying to create more stable and sustainable energy options. That's moving forward into the future, of course, a question that hasn't been answered by the Premier just yet.
Some suggestion Nokia batteries might get run to prop up these wind and...
they can you can bang them around, they'll last, they'll keep moving.
They will.
Weeks at a time.
Some news from here in town, and a local boomer doesn't want that shitty blood clot jab. They want the good one Scotty had, and I might throw to you on this one first, Clancy.
Stupid old bastard.
Yes, someone who's paid their taxes the whole life has rejected the government's plan to give them the death jab, as he calls it, not us. He said to us, they want to give me the bloody Astro Zucchini or whatever it's called. That one kills you, according to the media. Well, according to the newspapers that I read and the news that I watch on Sky News, News, all owned by the same man, of course. I've heard it'll fucking roll you quicker than an inland taipan. Shove that death serum up your ass, Prime Minister. Give me the one you had, the Michelle Pfeiffer. That's the good one. That's the one I fucking want.
Yeah, well...
And we are going to jump quickly
if he was a
in
red-blooded
with...
patriot, he wouldn't be having a fucking vaccine at all.
Mate,
he'd do his own research.
Mate, he got his
No. He'd do his own research and he'd learn that these vaccines...
Mate, he got the first dibs, just like he did the first dibs on the housing market and free education. He can take the fucking jab he's been given.
The fucking government knows
I'm sick
exactly
of
where you are.
these whinging cunts, all of them.
I don't know how this is going to be tenable going forward with this. You know, like you with your fucking
no one wants to listen to anyone's opinion anymore. What is going on? Cancel culture's gone too far.
Dick Jarpy might be on your side with this one, Errol. He said, I'm not getting that mRNA jab either. They might be good at fixing your car when you break down and selling things like insurance and stuff, but what do they know about COVID shots? Bugger all, I tell you. It's the Michelle Pfeiffer for me.
Oh, so he's only a half sheep.
Some more political news now, and a headline from a couple of days ago. Clive Palmer is stuck in an empty pool and he can't get out.
Yes, it's a scary situation, isn't it, when, you know, the media throws up smoke and mirrors like this, but, you know, after fronting the press with Israel Folau in a bid to get the Bible-bashing former star back into the game of rugby league, the larger-than-life Queenslander has somehow ended up at the bottom of a waterless Olympic pool.
Yes, it's not known how he got there, but fire and emergency crews had to work around the clock to free him, all while a crowd of onlookers gathered around and threw things at him. An ABC journo reportedly threw a couple of litres of olive oil on the floor of the pool, causing him to slip over and send the crowd into a bit of a frenzy of hysterical laughter. It sounds like it would have been fucking funny, but the fact that there was an ABC journo isn't complicit in, the humiliation of Clive Palmer, it doesn't surprise me. You're right. Yeah, I tend to agree with Errol on this one. ABC always broadcasting communism.
Mate, I'll tell you what, if that bloody Mark McGowan was there, he'd be whipping him with dog chains. It'd be like some sort of cruel, unusual punishment you wouldn't see outside of a Russian prison.
Quite a scene. Our reporter was down there, but she finished her shift before Palmer was freed. We believe he has been helped out of the pool and is resting up at home, but we're working to confirm that one.
Who gives a shit?
Who knows, Errol? Now we're going to finish up with some alcohol-related news. Just a vodka Coke raspberry, thanks, mate, says newy bloke who might be worth steering clear of.
If you're not familiar with the drink, commonly referred to as the blood of the steelworks, according to the Macquarie Dictionary Hunter Region edition, a VCR consists of 1 shot of vodka, 1 shot of raspberry cordial, and the remainder of the glass filled with Coca-Cola.
Which results in a sweet-tasting drink that causes trouble in whatever pub is reckless enough to serve it. And the alarm bells were flashing at a local Betoota watering hole for some local drinkers yesterday when a man from Newcastle by the name of Joey Knight decided to order 3 of these colourful drinks and head back to the table to treat his oblivious companions.
Yeah, well, outside of Newcastle, though, in parts of Queensland, I've heard that a VCR stands for vodka, coke and rum.
That also sounds like it might cause a bit of trouble. I'm more of a fan of the Caxton Street Car Bomb, which is a shot of Bundaberg rum dropped into a full schooner of Betoota bitter or 4X bitter, whichever part of Queensland you're in.
Or Powers bitter.
Powers bitter, actually, in some parts of the Yatala region. That causes trouble as well. It's an interesting scenario to order a drink that you know may result in you being in handcuffs, but I guess if that's part of your culture, and it certainly is in the Hunter region, I guess you just go along with it.
Anyway, that is probably enough for this news wrap this week. Have a great weekend. Enjoy a VCR or 2, and we'll talk to you next time.
Hooroo.
And you don't have to get...
No, you do, though. You know, to get your vaccine,
to.
you should.
No,
you should.
You shouldn't really get anything if you don't want to.